Okay guys, we're back with part 5 of the Mini-RECCE build series. Today we're talking about weapon lights. So with this kind of setup, you may want the ability to throw light out to distance to be able to PID and use the LPVO that you're running on your setup. And so, today it's really just a comparison between two options that are out there. That's the Surefire Scout Dual Fuel, and then your Modlite, and this is the OKW head. So I'm gonna roll in some videos so you guys can take a look. One indoors inside a garage, and then one outdoors, pretty open area, and then trying to throw that light into a wood line about 50 yards away. So let's take a look. Okay guys, I'm gonna attempt to do this one-handed. So little comparison here. We're outside. The tree line you're about to see is about 50 yards away. So up first, Surefire Dual Fuel. And now, Modlite OKW. Okay guys, we're inside a standard 2-car garage. I'm about 20 feet away from the door. Up first is the Surefire Dual Fuel. Up next, Modlite OKW. Okay guys, now that you've seen both of those perform, obviously there's a pretty big difference between them, and if you've watched any videos online about these, or especially about the OKWs, it's all about candela, getting that tight focused beam to be able to throw the light further, as opposed to the dual fuel, which is more wider beam pattern that's gonna illuminate your periphery but not be able to throw the light very far. So this one is the Pro model, running it on the top rail. It does come with an M-lock adapter, obviously not for key mod, but in this setup it's okay. This one here, running the Vortex 1-6, not really the same maybe performance out to distance as the 13.9 Criterion with a Schmidt and Bender, and so I'm running the OKW on this setup. The question is, why would you buy one or the other? Maybe the better question is, why would you still buy the dual fuel when you have the option to go Modlite? So again, this one I'm running the Surefire SR07, and then on this setup I'm running the Mod Button Light, which is really just that, and I'm running the air socket mount on this. So price wise, yes, the Pro does come with its own mount, but again, you're just getting the clicky tail cap, which I run tape switches, so I'd still have to buy the UE tail cap for either. But this setup with the mount and the clicky tail cap with one battery is about $299. And then if you get the Modlite setup from Big Techs Outdoors, you have the option to just buy the body and the head. You can have the option to not buy batteries if you already have a couple. You can add a tail cap. You can add the DS00 if you want that option. And then, you know, you can also pick up the mod buttons there too. So with the OKW head, just the light body, not the clicky tail cap, it's probably about $269. And so they are really similar in price. So it begs the question, if you really can get more out of the Modlite, and you can tell in the video, it's not that there isn't any spill on the OKW. It's just that there's a huge difference in performance at distance with the OKW. It gives you a lot more capability. You know, not that it's a selling point, but dual fuel means you can still run your CR123s if you kind of have a stockpile of them. To be honest, that's one reason why I went with this, just on this build, because I do have quite a few CR123s, so it's nice to just have that option. I don't really use the Surefire 18650. I don't know. I've bought this light before the Pro models came out, and just had some issues with the batteries, as a lot of guys have. So I'm actually running a Modlite battery inside the Surefire light. But one thing you'll find is that it's not ideal to run the Surefire ST07 with the Modlite, just because from what I've heard and what I've seen from a circuitry standpoint, can't really stand up to it. And so it's best to just go with the mod button and do Surefire, Modlite. You know, these mod button lights are great, really compact, really nice feel to the button, and they're, you know, $60, $70, still cheaper than the ST07 tape switch. So again, I guess if you wanted the option to be able to run 123s and you were more focused on, you know, CQB type stuff inside a house where you don't necessarily need to throw, the Surefire is an option. But I think all around, either the OKW or the PLH V2, which, you know, you can tell a little bit of difference between the two up close, but at distance they're pretty equal performers. But you do get a little more candela out of the OKW head, so you can see that hot spot is super tight, even at 50 yards and past that. So to me, I don't think Modlite misses a beat in terms of durability over the Surefire. So, you know, in my mind, you get a lot of capability for about the same price that you just couldn't get with the Surefire. So nothing against Surefires. I just feel like right now, between the two, I'd probably go with the Modlite. Again, I don't have any experience with cloud defensive lights. They do kind of have some good overall, all well-rounded performance as well. So if you've got experience with one of those, throw it in the comments section. But for now, I think in general, for this type of build, to be able to push that light out a little further, I think Modlite's a good option. So let me know what you guys think. We'll continue on in the Mini-RECCE build series. Until next time.